Now to Poland, where the pro-European coalition under Donald Tusk is set to take office, ousting the Nationalist Law and Justice Party. The transition to power comes 2 months after the national vote that saw record-high turnout. Tusk's win is a relief for many in Poland after 8 years of conservative rule that was marked by pressure on democratic institutions and spats with the EU.
A political veteran and pro-Europe heavyweight. The return of Donald Tusk is a relief for many in Poland who had feared for the country's democracy under 8 years of conservative rule.
We've won democracy, we've won freedom, we've won back our beloved Poland.
Tusk was Prime Minister from 2007 to 2014. He left Polish politics to take on the presidency of the European Council, which he held until 2019. Warm ties with the EU have been central to his election campaign. Under the right-wing populist Law and Justice Party, relations between Warsaw and Brussels have soured. The EU has voiced concern over the rule of law and froze funds earmarked for Poland. Key election promises from Tusk's coalition have included reversing policies that undermined the independence of Poland's courts and media. For Brussels, Tusk is a welcome and familiar face.
Almost 10 years ago, in my first speech as a President of the European Council, I said that I came to Brussels with a strong sense of purpose. And I think I can repeat these words also today. This purpose today is to rebuild the position of my country in Europe and to strengthen the EU as a whole.
Tusk will lead a broad coalition that has found common ground in ousting the Conservative government. Policy promises include introducing a bill on same-sex civil partnerships and relaxing some of Europe's most restrictive abortion laws. But Tusk will face vocal opposition. President Andrzej Duda was the Law and Justice Party candidate when he first won office. Duda could use his veto to stall legislative reforms until the end of his term at the next presidential election in 2025. In Parliament, Law and Justice is still the biggest single party, and they've used their last weeks in office to appoint more allies to key posts in judicial and financial institutions. This leaves the new government with an immense task ahead as they try to realign with the EU and undo 8 years of right-wing policy.
And now we can cross live to our correspondent in Warsaw, Monika Sieradzka. Monika, Donald Tusk is about to become Polish Prime Minister again. Tell us what's happening there today.
Today in the Parliament, Donald Tusk is presenting his plan of action and his new ministers. He is expected to win the vote of confidence, which is going to take place in the late afternoon, because now the three coalition parties of his government, of his left-center government, have a clear majority in the new parliament. But officially, he will take over tomorrow after the swearing in by the President Andrzej Duda.
Now, the outgoing government was quite Eurosceptic. Tusk, meanwhile, is a former president of the European Council. What place will Poland have in the EU with him in charge?
Well, this is very important for Donald Tusk to improve the relations with Brussels. Poland is one of the biggest countries of the EU and has very intensive and big economic ties, first of all, to Germany, but also to other European countries. The majority of Polish people are a strong supporter for the membership in the European Union. So the challenge for the Tusk government is to strengthen these ties and to rebuild the relations almost from the beginning, almost in many areas, because the Law and Justice Party was spreading very Eurosceptical attitudes in Poland and was reluctant to different forms of cooperation. It is also important because of the role of Poland right now, connected to the war, to the situation in Ukraine. Poland is a hotspot for military and humanitarian aid, crossing the border to Ukraine, going to the people and to the military there. So. And the former government was also reluctant and skeptical to different cooperation forms in this area as well. So the new government has to improve this as well. It is very important, not only for Poland, but for the cooperation within all the European Union.
Monika, thank you very much. That was DW's Monika Sieracka in Warsaw.